Okay, good afternoon, traders. Good afternoon. Welcome to VTP 2 online technical Tuesday coaching call 193 for the 19th of May 2026. I hope you're all well. Hope you've had a good start to the week. Hope you're enjoying these markets. As always, you're very welcome here. Just remember that you are always responsible for your own trading decisions. Okay, so yeah, the dollar holler. The reason I left this up before we look at the dollar pairs as well is from where we were, just a couple of weeks ago. All right, well, not even a week ago, kind of a couple of days ago, is that we could see that it was very, very clear with that term of Aussie strength and yen weakness. But actually, we're all getting into the merge here now, aren't we? We're all getting into the merge. It's all, it's from it being very, very clear. It's a little bit of a mixed bag at the moment. Okay, and that happens. All right, that happens. You just have to stay on target, stay on top of your analysis, see what the score is. If then we look at the if we look at the dollar, let me just make sure they're all up on the right time frame from where I was doing my work this morning. So as always, Aussie dollar, Euro dollar, pound dollar, dollar Swiss, Kiwi dollar, dollar index. Okay, that's what I'm always looking at there. Okay, and as always, we start with dollar index. Let's see what the scores on the doors are there. Weekly chart. Okay, I said the other week that we were just pivoting around the kind of around that sort of 98 level. I'm pivoting around the 50 period moving average, the 50 and the 20, just kind of flat, not doing much. Wicks to both sides, nothing really any clarity. Then, of course, as I said, last week we were looking at kind of war on risk off, hence what we saw. One of the reasons we saw that kind of pump in the dollar. Did that follow its way through this week? Well, last week if we go down to the daily, you can just see we were just, some people might say, well, actually, really just a kind of nice double bottom before we work our way back up to 100. And I would suggest that if there is a kind of no breakthrough in the talk, then we will definitely get war on risk off, and then we would push our way there. But if you look how we started this week, I mean, this is the 4 hour chart now. I mean, that was just some great trend last week, wasn't it? Great trend, okay. But we kind of, there was clearly people sort of positioning themselves into the start of the week into yesterday. We've come, well, no surprise, we've come down to the 20 and bounced off our way up. All right. So I'd be looking for this afternoon. Do we get anything? Okay, that basically, so we have got we've got home sales this afternoon. I don't know if that will really be anything to give things a move, okay, to push it on. But what I'll be wanting to see is, can it push higher, or is it just already running out of steam and ready to roll over? That's what we'd be looking at there. But that's quite some move there. If we look at that, that dollar there against the Japanese yen on the daily chart, in spite of their intervention, despite look at that intervention, and what do you know, we're already easing our way back up there. We're already above 159. Okay, will it get its way back to 160? That's kind of there's a curiosity there to be taking a look at. I think that just to watch how that particularly plays out. But dollar against the Canadian dollar's done the same as well there, hasn't it? Bang! This May that has literally been dollar strength, Canadian weakness, and I think that's just that overall reflection. I think it's just it's risk off. Okay, sort of kind of that's what's pushing us up in that direction.